I literally just laid down on the trail, bro. Laid down on the trail and was just like thinking in my head, is like, why I do this? I ain't gonna make it out of this. I ain't gonna make it out of this. Like, bro, I can't move no. My legs was spazzing them, bro. It was twitching, going crazy. And then all of a sudden, bro, I'm chilling on this trail, my backpack on, like half dead, bro. All I hear was a bro. When I tell you I got up so freaking fast, literally, I looked up. I freaking looked up. There's a freaking big ass bobcat chasing a deer. I ain't never seen animals dip, cut, jump like that in my life. I seen that with my own eyes. When I say I was probably like 30 feet from that shit, bro. It was so scary. When I heard that round, I popped up real quick. Like, yo, what? Man, I ain't never seen nothing like that. Bobcat was on that deer's ass, just dipping. And it was crazy, bro. So I got up and just, the adrenaline, like I was telling you, bro, the adrenaline again. Got up, just started running. Looking back, where's that? I ain't gonna lie, bro. Before that happened, I felt like I was being hunted. Like, I just felt like something was following me. I was being hunted. I don't know. But I ain't never seen a bobcat before. And I don't know, it could have been a freaking mountain lion. Hey, it's your casual engineer slash producer here. So just recently, I went on a 3-day and 2-night backpacking trip. Solo backpacking trip. This was like my first solo backpacking trip. And man, I'm here to talk about it because it was different. It was crazy. It had a lot of ups and a lot of downs, but let me talk about it. So I wanted to do something different and really get out my comfort zone, as I always talk about getting out your comfort zone. Since I always talk about getting out your comfort zone, why not me do something to get out of my comfort zone? Instead of talk about it, be about it. You dig? So I decided to go on a 30-mile backpacking hike. And mind you, I didn't know how really, I mean, 30 miles is a lot. It didn't sound like a lot until I like actually done it, bro. Like 30 miles, bro. 30 miles. And I was just looking for something that was long, that would be a couple days, and just to do a loop that's just like one giant circle. So I chose to go to East Fork. It's a place about 20-30 minutes from me. It's like a wilderness place by me. But so I decided to do a 30-mile backpacking hike. So I got all the stuff I need. I got a video. I'll post a clip up of me talking about everything I got and my gear and stuff. I also will put it in the description. So just in case you need something from there, it's a backpack and everything you need to go backpacking to last for at least 5 days. So I decided to go on a solo backpacking trip. So when I went on that solo backpacking trip, on my way there, I was pretty excited. Like yo, I'm really about to do this. I'm about to do this. I planned this out like a month in advance, and the weather said it was going to be good. But come to find out, like on like 2 days, 3 days before my trip, it was saying there's about to be thunderstorms and tornadoes. And I was like, I had a little bit in me. It was like, man, I guess I got to postpone it. And I was like, no, I got to do it. I said I was going to do it. I'm going to do it. I just got to try to beat the storm. I got to try to beat the storm. So a little bit. So on my way there, I'm going and I'm pretty excited. And it was a good trip. It was a good trip. I definitely would do it again. But I went through some things. I know how to prepare better and really get myself ready better. So let's start over the day before. The day before, I love going to the gym. I love working out. I am stupid. I went to the gym, did backpacks, not backpacks. I did back and shoulders. So that was already a red flag that I should have not have done before going on a 3-day backpacking trip with a backpack on my back, on my shoulders. So yeah, but so I get to the place. I'm excited, getting ready. I gotta stop by the nearest gas station. Got 3 liters of water, the big Smart Waters, because they're kind of like they're long and thin, so they're not like too bulky. It's easy to put in your backpack. I'll put a picture of my backpack up here. But so I got that, got ready, and I was pretty prepared. Had my shorts on. You don't want to wear cotton, so you want something that can absorb sweat and wet and moisture and stuff like that. I had my wool socks because, like I said, you don't want to wear copper, and wool is good with retaining heat and keeping moisture away. So yeah, man, I was mentally ready, pretty ready and stuff. So started my hike, like the first, like even before I start, I'm looking at the map like, yo, I do not know how to read this. And I printed out maps, and there's a map in the front. there's a map in front of it, so it was. I'll point that out. I'll put that in the video too, as well. But it's a map in front of it. I'm like, bro, where am I at? And it's like a big. It's called the Perimeter Trails. One of the biggest trail at East Fork. So it was just I didn't know where I was starting at, where I was at. Normally maps, well, what I thought maps would be like, oh, or this is you, you're here. Man, no, I didn't say that. So, but luckily, there's this app. There's this app called All Trails. So, All Trails is a map that shows you trails. It even gives you descriptions on it. So, I did a little bit of reading about the trail, saying it's going to be muddy, and I was super prepared. And I was prepared when it was saying it's going to be thunderstorms. So, I got a rain jacket, raincoat, rain cover for my backpack. So, I was prepared. So when I had got on All Trails, it pointed me right where I was at. I even said, man, if my phone dies, I am screwed. And my phone did die like the next freaking day. And I was there for 3 days. So I had to go like a whole day without without a map on my phone. And yeah, so the first beginning, it started out pretty smooth. Started out pretty smooth. I had my other camera getting scenery and getting videos and talking. I'm gonna post that full video real soon. But this is just a little bit of backstory, back talk before I post that video. But everything was smooth. I loved it. It wasn't too cold. It wasn't too hot. Like it was like the perfect weather, nice little breeze, and no bugs, not buggy at all. And I loved it. I was feeling it. I'm just walking. So the first day I did about 6 miles. It's a 30-mile loop altogether. And I did about 6 miles the first day. So I got there around 3 o'clock and I tried to beat the sun down to set up camp, but I ended up not beating the sun down. So I ended up having to set camp up in the dark, but you'll see that in the video. And yeah, that was kind of sucked a little bit because it's kind of hard to see what you're doing, where you at, and stuff like that. But I'm walking, and it's pretty good. It felt pretty good being out in the woods, out on your mind. I had no music, no headphones. Only little technology I had was my phone, but I couldn't use it up that much because I only had 2 power banks. And now I know I need more than freaking 2 power banks. 'Cause I also had to charge my camera, which I had to sacrifice and let that die to use the last little bit of juice of my power bank on my phone, which ended up dying anyway. But yeah, so everything was all smooth sailing and stuff, and just walking, just really being in my mind, feeling myself, and really just looking at the way Earth is and nature. It's just really like it's crazy. It's just so different being out in the forest with no civilization. You don't hear no cars, no buses, no trains, or nothing. You're just deep, deep, deep in there, and it was pretty cool and stuff. So one of the things first obstacles I came across a freaking big, deep creek. Big, deep creek. And what was crazy is I didn't see nobody. I didn't see nobody like at all besides when I first come across that creek. I'll show you a little snippet up there. But when I first come across that creek, and to be honest, if I didn't run into the dude that I ran into, I probably would have went in there with my shoes on. I don't know. I probably would have, but him saying, "Yeah, it's time to take shoes off." I was like, "Yeah, you smart." Because all honesty, I probably would have went in with my shoes on, and because I didn't even think to like take off my shoes and socks because I don't know, because I never really did that part before, you feel me? And I heard about it. I'd watched backpacking videos and stuff like that, and they do that, take off their shoes and socks, and it's just didn't really click on me because I was just going off of like just pure adrenaline or whatever, just not really thinking about it. So luckily I ran into them. Things happen for a reason. So, but I take off my shoes and socks, and I'm thinking, all right, it's going to be easy. It's going to be easy. Man, that water, it was a nice day. It was nice and warm. Man, that water was so cold. I thought I was going to get hypothermia on my feet, like literally. And then you're walking on small, sharp rocks. It's slippery, and the water, the stream is strong. It had a strong current. So I show you could see that. You could see that. That current, it was moving. It was moving. So I'm walking across this like, man, is this something I really want to do? I'm already about 5 miles in. I was not going to turn around. I had to finish. Like, I mean, I probably could have turned around and beat sunlight. But no, it's actually, if you see in the video, it's actually getting kind of dark around that time. So, but man, I tell you, it was so freaking cold. It wasn't just one creek, it was 2 creeks. So I'm walking, got past the first one. I'm like, all right, am I done? And luckily I seen that dude because we didn't know where to go. And he ended up finding the trail point. And I was like, oh, the trail's over there. I was like, oh man, so we had to cross another creek. But let me go back real quick. So I was thinking, I was like, what if this is not the way and I'm just crossing this big creek and then got to turn around? Yeah, that went through my head too. But okay, so but it ended up being the right spot. Ended up being the right spot. And what you need to know is about hiking or doing trails. They leave little like spray paint on the trees and stuff like that to follow. And I didn't really know that. I kept seeing a green, red, and a blue. I didn't know which one to follow. And the whole time thought I was following the right one. No, I kind of wasn't, but they was leading into each other. So I ended up doing like 4 or 5 extra miles than what I should have done. And I ended up getting like even having my phone on all trails, I even ended up getting lost. Like it was so hard to like navigate. And I was not used to that being alone. So luckily I had my phone in the beginning. At the end, I'll tell you when my phone died, I'll tell you about that because boy, it was hectic and scary. But so across the creek, and then he was like, "Oh, so the trail is over there," and it was another creek we had to cross. This one was even deeper, and it was just so freaking cold. It was a little bit before sundown. I think the sun started setting around that time. So it was just like, bro, I have to hurry up and find somewhere to camp at real soon. But my feet was freezing. It was cold. Yeah, that part sucked, but that's not even the worst of it. So ended up crossing the creeks, getting my shoes, getting my socks on. Luckily, like I said, luckily I ran into that dude because, like I said, I probably would have went in with my shoes and socks, and I would have had cold feet, cold shoes throughout the whole freaking thing. I don't really know how to make campfire like that to dry it out, so I would have been stuck, and yeah. So, like I said, everything happened for a reason. So, get over there. I'm walking. Sun is just going down. I'm like, man, I need to find a spot. And I found one spot, but it was like kind of sketchy because it was like under, it had a bunch of trees over it. And I watched videos and it says try not to camp like under trees or by like a lot of trees and stuff like that because they can fall on your tent, smash you, and kill you. So that paranoia was running through my head. And I was like, just like, I need to find a spot. I need to find a spot. And I'll show you the video. You can even see it on the full real video that I'm going to drop after this video of me like really like kind of getting nervous and stuff. And when you out there, I started thinking, you think of all the possibilities. You think of wolves, coyotes, and stuff like that. But really, a lot of squirrels. You just hear like trickling in the leaves and stuff like that. And I'm all alone thinking of what's that one movie, the old movie, the Blair Witch Project. I'm thinking of that movie the whole time. I'm thinking about bears coming and get me and stuff like that, especially when the sun starts going down. Like I said in the beginning, it was smooth sailing, but it's a different story when the sun goes down and you're out there alone. I had a headlamp and stuff like that, but couldn't find a good spot. Ended up like it was being pitch black, and I just kept walking, kept walking. I was like, man, I just gotta. If I can't find a good spot, I gotta make a good spot. So I just ducked off over in the trail a little bit because I didn't want to like camp on the trail or like near the trail. So I ended up finding a decent spot, clearing it out. But I swear, bro, I swear it was bear poop where I camped at. So I was scared to even eat by my tent because heard about you're not supposed to eat by your tent, it will attract bears and stuff like that. So I was even scared to do that, but look in the video, you can see me clearing the spot out, and just really getting it ready, setting up my tent. It wasn't so scary laying there alone at all because I was just really like kind of happy and felt good that I actually started doing something that I wanted to do instead of always talking about it, and it was a little different. So I have a good sleeping pad. You always want a sleeping pad to get you off the ground, and I had a good sleeping bag. It did get pretty cold at night, but I couldn't really tell, but the temperatures did drop. So but I was pretty comfortable. I got a nice tent. And I was pretty comfortable in it. Made my food a little bit away from my tent just in case bears are bringing animals and stuff like that. And yeah, it is some predators out there. I will talk about that. I will talk about that. But so it wasn't too bad of a night's sleep. But when I was comfortable sleeping, but I tell you what, bro, I was having nightmares. I just kept dreaming like of someone coming to my tent, ripping it off, and just attacking me and stuff like that. So I kept waking up out of my sleep, go back to sleep because I was a little bit comfortable. Waking up out of my sleep, thinking the same thing. I was thinking about the guy that I ran to. What if he like was like following me and like he was on some Michael Myers stuff? So yeah, it's crazy. I don't really have nightmares, but I had nightmares though. But for the most part, it was a comfortable sleep. Besides some little nightmares, it was a comfortable sleep. So my phone is at about before that, before I went to bed, my phone was about 40%. And I left it on my power bank, one of my power banks. I had two of them, one of my power banks all night. So I woke up, it was on 90%. So it wasn't too bad. And mind you, I needed my phone for the All Trails app because there was times I thought I was following the trail and I ended up veering off. And then with All Trails, it gives you a notification like, hey, you're off trail or you're going the wrong way. So if I didn't have that, I would have just been screwed because it was times I was like, bro, where am I at? Where am I at? And being like half a mile off trail and having to walk back. And like that app is so cool. Like if you hiking, I definitely recommend getting that app. It's called All Trails. And it saved me. It saved me. But like I said, my phone ended up dying later that day on the second day. Yeah, and I had a whole nother day to go. Yeah, so I'm gonna get there. But okay, so it was pretty cool. I was walking on horse trails. You could see a lot of horse poop. And then that day was the trails that I hit that day was pretty muddy and a lot of thorns. So I was getting scratched up, scraped up, walking in mud, trekking, and oh, bring trekking poles. I'm telling you, they really save your life. They really take the weight off your legs, and they really help you out a lot. Don't think, oh, I'm cool and I'm strong in this. I don't need no trekking poles. Them lame. No, bro. Bring trekking poles. Always use trekking poles when you are hiking because I'm telling you, it helps you out a lot. It really helps you get through the mud. And when you got to get through the mud, it really takes off a lot of weight and pressure off your legs to keep you going. And they're just really good, and I highly recommend it. And what they say is you can tell an amateur hiker by them not having trekking poles. And I understand why, because you definitely need them going uphill, downhill, and yeah. But so the second day was just pretty muddy. It was pretty muddy. Hitting a lot of I didn't hit creeks like I did on the first day, so that was good. That was good. But I was still losing, getting off trail and stuff. So I'm down about two water bottles. No, I'm down two water bottles and I had one water bottle left. You had to save some, use a little bit for food. And I was kind of nervous. I had a water filter. And last time I went backpacking with one of my friends, it was just so hard for me to drink filtered water out of the creek. Like washing it come out the creek, putting it in the bottle, filter. It was just so hard for me. So I had to use like liquid IVs, which that is like little powder stuff to really shield the taste of it, I guess. But with them liquid IVs, they're kind of like sugary and stuff, and they kind of make you more thirsty. And you just go. So I recommend just getting over it and toughen up, and just drink the filter creek water for real. But you will see debris. Just try not to look at it. That's what was my problem. Like, don't shake it up to see what's all in there. Yes, there's gonna be stuff in there. That sucks. But yeah. So day two was just like I said, it was just pretty muddy. My phone is like dying. I'm got the camera, and come to find out, my second power bank is like a power bank, but it holds camera batteries. So I'm thinking it's holding a charge, but really it's using my camera batteries as the charge. So my camera was going down because when I plugged my phone up, it was taking the juice out of the batteries that I had. So, and then I have a nice camera. You gotta go check it out. I can't remember what it's called right now. I put it up in there. I did an unboxing video, but I never dropped it. But put up the camera that I got right up here. But so yeah, man, things started dying. I'm getting lost. I'm going through thorns, and just really, I'm like, man. So if my phone dies, I am screwed. Let me start getting used to looking at these trail markers. And what's so cool? Not all the time, but sometimes you'll see a trail marker like every 5 minutes. If you don't see a trail marker within like 5, 15, 20 minutes, you're probably more than likely going the wrong way. And I ended up peeping that. And so that ended up helping me. So I was trying to like get used, like if I didn't. I had a paper map, but man, I could not read that paper map like at all. Like I'm like, bro, where did I just walk? Like where am I at? So I'm just walking and walking, and I remember it's going to be a storm. It's going to be a storm. So that day, I did five the day before, and I was trying to go like I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was trying to like hurry up and finish because like I was on my phone a little bit, posting things on Facebook, and people was just like, "Oh, there's a storm coming. It's a huge storm. It's supposed to be bad. It's supposed to be bad," and it was bad. Man, that thing kind of scared me. I was like, bro, I can't turn around. I'm gonna finish this. So what I wanted to do, I was 5 miles in and it's 30 miles, bro. I thought I could hike I thought I can hike 25 freaking miles. Man, so I'm going. I'm not, mind you, I'm going fast because I'm kind of nervous about this storm that everybody's talking about. This thing is going to be tornadoes, one of the hardest storms that we had in years. And it was pretty hard. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. But man, so I'm going. This is the second day still. And it's like, about 5 p.m. I started the hike around 9 a.m. so I could get as much as I can, cover as much ground as I can. So I started the hike around 9 a.m. But man, like I said, the day before, not the day before, but the day before I had started, I did backs and shoulders. So my back is killing. And another thing, walk with your backpack for at least a week, a couple miles a day for at least a week. I did not do that. I did legs in the gym. I'll just wear my backpack at home, but I wouldn't actually be out there walking and wearing it for like an hour or two. I'll wear it for like 10 minutes. Bro, I'm telling you, you need that. So I'm out there just walking my legs, bro. My legs, when I tell you my legs was dying, my back was dying, it was dying. Like, I was like, bro, how am I going to walk 25 miles today? And I was just like, bro, I don't know, bro. My legs, it was hard. Cause then eventually I started getting up to hitting different levels of elevation. So I started going up, 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 up. Man, that was like one of the hardest things I've done. And started going down, 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 back up, up, up. So I get to a point where, bro, so every once in a while I stop and give me a little break, water break and stuff like that. But I got to a freaking point where I was like, bro, I don't know if I can really walk anymore. Like, I'm gonna sit for a little bit. And I'm just thinking in my head, it's like, yo, what if I get hit with this storm? What if it's a tornado? I can't, and I'm looking at the trees. I'm like, this tree used to be over here. It got blown over there. This tree used to be over here. It got blown over there. What if like I set up camp and the freaking tree just go right through my tent, killing me? I was thinking the worst. Like, when you out there, all you is in your head. So, but then I was also thinking, I was like, yo, I gotta be positive. I can't scare myself. I can't drive myself crazy because a lot of times people drive themselves crazy. It's in their head. They drive themselves the crazy about the things they think. And what I always say, fear, false evidence appearing real. So when I start thinking crazy, I just got saying false evidence appearing real. It's not real. It's false evidence appearing real. So that would help me calm and really get back into myself and stuff. But I'm walking, and bro, tell me why there is a random dog, bro. If you know me, I don't play with dogs, bro. There's a random dog. I ain't never heard a dog bark the way it barked. It sounded demonic. It sounded like strong and freaking powerful, like it would mess me up. It was a golden retriever. I guess they're nice dogs. But nah, bro, you don't know how long that dog went out there. You don't know if it had rabies or what, but the way that it barked, it was not having it. It was not freaking having it. It could have been a type of the dog that been lived out there for years and they got trained to eat coyotes or something. Like, bro, it was freaking crazy. And mind you, I told you my legs was dying. And when that dog was coming at me, I was going up. I was going up a hill. And luckily there was like kind of like I had a little distance on it. But man, when I heard that woof, woof, bro, I turned around. That thing started dipping at me, started running at me. Man, I took off so fast running. That adrenaline really is a real thing because I could barely walk right now. I could freaking barely walk right now. Bro, I started running, jumping over trees, just kept going. Looked back a couple times, and I remember like when people look back, that's when they get caught. So I stopped looking back. I just kept running, and then it was to the point I was gassed out and just like really couldn't run no more. And I was just like kept trying. I didn't see it. It was gone. It was not in sight no more. I don't know where it went, but I was gone from it. So, bro, I had to sit down. I had to sit down for a good 30 minutes. I'm like, bro, I don't know about this. Why I do this? Why I do this? And I'm at like 15 miles. Like, no, not even 15 miles. Yeah, I'm about at 11 miles. I'm at 11 miles, bro. I'm not even halfway yet. I'm not even halfway yet, bro. I'm telling you, you need to walk before you do this because walk with your backpack because, bro, your legs will give out on you. And I was almost there. I was almost there. So I'm walking, bro, thinking I'm like, bro, I don't know if I can finish this today. Like, and this storm is gonna hit like tonight. That night, that storm was gonna hit, and it did. And I just couldn't. I just couldn't walk. I just couldn't walk, bro. And I'm just going and going. And after that dog, I was almost like literally on E. Then my phone was about to die. Then my phone was about to die. So I was taking like screenshots of like where I was at on the map and sending them to my mom. I was like, yo, I don't know if I could walk anymore. I might have to set up camp and stay at this and just stay out here. I try to finish it through to get to get through the storm, but I'm about to be out here through the storm. So I'll screenshot send it to her because you always want to tell somebody where you at, what you're doing and stuff. And I just couldn't walk no more, bro. And so when I couldn't walk no more, I walked a little bit to try to find somewhere to set up camp, and it was like just not no good places, like no good places at all. It was just woods, trees all around. I was trying to find like a little open area. That's what I was looking for. And when I sent my last message to my mom, like, yo, I'm sorry. I tried to get through, but I couldn't get through to get through it all tonight. But this is where I'm at. So boom, sent that, phone died. And I did not know how to read the trails like that. So, but I remember when I ran into that dude, he was like, he was like, I was like, I was like, we're following the blue markers. He was like, no, we're following the green markers. And I started seeing a lot of green markers the next day so I started getting used to doing that. Man, so I'm walking, trying to find a campsite, like not a campsite, but somewhere to camp and just be away from a lot of trees because that storm was coming. When I tell you my legs gave out, bro, my legs was done for. I mean, done for. I'm the type of person to push myself. But normally I'll take my backpack off and just sit on a tree and rest. Nah, bro. When I said it was done, I literally just laid down on the trail, bro. Laid down on the trail and was just like thinking in my head, like, why I do this? I ain't gonna make it out of this. I ain't gonna make it out of this. Like, bro, I can't move no. My legs was spazzing them, bro. It was twitching, going crazy. And then all of a sudden, bro, I'm chilling on this trail, my backpack on, like half dead, bro. All I hear was a bruh, when I tell you I got up so freaking fast, literally, I looked up. I freaking looked up. There's a freaking big ass bobcat chasing a deer. I ain't never seen animals dip, cut, jump like that in my life. I seen that with my own eyes. When I say I was probably like 30 feet from that shit, bro. It was so scary. When I heard that round, I popped up real quick. Like, yo, what? Man, I ain't never seen nothing like that. Bobcat was on that deer's ass, just dipping. And it was crazy, bro. So I got up and just, the adrenaline, like I was telling you, bro, the adrenaline again. Got up, just started running. Looking back, where's that? I ain't gonna lie, bro. Before that happened, I felt like I was being hunted. Like I just felt like someone was following me. I was being hunted. I don't know. But I ain't never seen a bobcat before. And I don't know, it could have been a freaking mountain lion. I don't know. I even went home, looked up the sounds of it, and it sounded like a bobcat, but it also sounded like a mountain lion too. I don't know. But bro, when I said I was scared, I was scared. I took off running so fast, bro. And mind you, my legs was spazzing them and I could not walk no more, bro. I could not walk no more. I'm in the middle of the woods. My phone's dead. I couldn't call for help. I was out there, bro. I was out there. I'm just running. Sun's about to go down. It's probably like 40 minutes before the sun goes down. I could not find nowhere to camp. And I ended up finding like a big electrical pole thing, like, one of them big things that's like 100 feet up in the air and stuff. So I was like, bro, I got to camp right by here because when by them things, it's not many trees by there and stuff like that. And I knew the wind couldn't just blow that away. So I was just like, bro, I got to the point where if I die, I die. Like, I'm like, bro, I ain't even gonna try to survive no more. Like, it was at that point, like, bro, this bobcat come get me, it got me, bro. I'm not even gonna fight it. So I ended up finding somewhere to camp, like, cause bro, when I say my legs was hurting, especially after getting chased by that dog and running into that bobcat and just all them instances if I had to sprint when I'm already hurting, bro, it was over with, bro. It was over with. So I had to sit down. I found somewhere to camp at. And I was probably about a half a mile from where I ran into that bobcat. So I don't know. I was just thinking like, bro, if it got me, it got me. I'm not even gonna try, bro. And I was like, man, forget it. I'm gonna make food right here by my tent because I had to eat, bro. I had to eat. So ended up eating right by the tent. So this is the next night. It's nighttime. And bro, I had to go right there. I took a bunch of ibuprofens. I could barely move. I just went right in my tent. I knew it was about to storm, so I bought some earbuds to help me sleep. So I put it in my some earplugs to help me sleep. And my legs was hurting. I just went right to sleep, right to sleep. And all of a sudden, about 6 a.m. in the morning, boom, bro, that thunderstorm came. That storm came, bro. And I was just like, my legs was a lot better. Like that sleep, I really rejuvenated a lot, but my legs was still hurting, still hurting. But I hear a boom, man, wake me up. I had to get up, deflate my sleeping pad, roll up everything, my sleeping pad, my sleeping bag, put everything in there and all that. And mind you, where I was staying at was kind of like high grass. So bro, it was spiders. And I'm not scared of spiders. I'm glad I wasn't scared of spiders, but it was spiders everywhere. Not even just some little ones, some big ones. I think the brown recluse spiders, bro, they was everywhere. But I was at the point where if I die, I die. I was not trying to fight it. But yeah, bro. So I go out outside of my tent, bro. It's storming. I mean, it's storming. I'm like, yeah, this is about to hit. Clouds are so dark. And I get up, pack up. I was like, bro, I gotta cover ground. I'm at about 15 miles, bro. Like halfway now. I'm about halfway now. And I'm like, bro, I got to finish this. And walking, it was just when I say the wind was blowing, I'm over here, my backpack wind blowing. It's going crazy. I have no phone, no contact with nobody. Last thing I sent was to my mom, where's my location, my last location at. So if I would have died, they could have just started out where I sent that last picture on my ultras where I was at. They could have started there and walked and found me and stuff. But yeah, bro, it was crazy. And like with the storm, it brought a lot of. I ain't never seen so many deer in my life, bro. It was about 50 deer just all over, just running. And I was just like, bro, is this about to be a stampede? Like, what's going on? I'm in the middle of the woods, bro. I ain't never did nothing like this by myself. Even when I first went backpacking with somebody, it was smooth sailing. This was not no smooth sailing by myself. And yeah, so I'm just walking, and I'm getting lost. Getting lost. I ain't got no map, no all trails, no phone. I had a paper map, like I said, but I did not know how to read it. So I just had to play it smart. I'm like, just trying to look like where a trail was at, trying to navigate. And it was just so stressful, but it also was so good. I was kind of glad my phone died because I was just out, just no technology, no nothing. But it got kind of stressful, but I held myself together. I kept saying false evidence appearing real. And a lot of trees was falling. I was thinking about trees falling on me, and I just got a positive thought like, bro, it's okay. It's okay. I'm protected. I have faith. And so I just ended up just getting through it, and I ended up doing that whole 15 miles that day. And my legs, when I tell you my legs was hurting, bro, my legs. I ain't never been through nothing like that in my life. But yeah, it was a good trip. It was a good trip. Things that I would change, that I would fix, I would change. Hold on, but let me tell you when I first got. Oh, before I get to that, let me tell you when I first started like getting towards the end because it kind of like showed the markers like these little maps. It started showing maps now. I was like, bro, I gotta be getting close because now it's showing like little wooden maps and stuff like that. And it was showing that I was kind of close. And then ones actually said, you are here. But I just kept on like feeling happy. I was like, bro, I'm about to make it. It was times I contemplated like, bro, why I did this. It was times I thought about turning around. It was times I thought about finding a house somewhere and having them call for help and stuff like that. But I was like, I'd be more upset with myself if I didn't finish, and I'm glad I finished. It was a 30-mile hike, but I ended up doing 34 miles because I ended up getting off track and stuff. If I could put the video of it up there on the all trails that show you what you did. If I could put the video of it up there, you can see what I did. But in the middle of it, I was just thinking, I was like, bro, if I would have gave up on myself, I would have felt way worse and stuff like that. So I'm glad I did. And when I finished, I felt like Rocky when he ran up them stairs, bro. I was like, yeah, bro. Because it was a time when I didn't think I was going to make it. I did not think I was going to make it. I thought I was going to die in these woods, bro. It was crazy, especially with no phone, no contact. And my legs gave out, and I just ran into a big ass bobcat, got chased by a dog. Like, bro, I didn't think I was gonna make it. Yeah, but I ended up making it. And it was crazy. But things I would fix, things I would change, I probably would prepare more like the week before of actually like working on my legs, walking with my backpack, like every day, a couple miles a day, and not doing freaking back and shoulders the day before I go on a freaking hike with a 40, 50 pound backpack. Imagine running with a 40 freaking pound backpack with a dog on you, or seeing that bobcat and trying to run. Bro, yeah, it's hard to do that. So yeah, another thing I'll fix or change is I'll bring another battery pack. Another battery. I ain't bring no gun or nothing, no weapons or nothing. I had my knife, just a little pocket knife and stuff like that. So, but because I was thinking about bringing my weapon just in case I ran into animals, which I did. I was thinking about bringing it just in case. But I just weighed too much. It weighed too much. My pack was already 36 pounds without water. And with water, it was like 42 or something like that. So, yeah, bro. Yeah. But I'll probably bring another battery pack. That'll add more weight and stuff. And really try to figure out what I can, like, not use. Because there was some stuff I didn't use I could have fixed. Like with the water filter, it came with a cup. I didn't need that cup. I had my water bottles. I would have took off some ounces or grams or whatever. And all that ounces, grams, that matters because you're out there walking for miles. 30 miles. Why ain't anybody tell me 30 miles is a lot? Because, bro, it was a lot. I didn't think it was going to be that much, bro. But no, it was a lot. It was a lot. But I would definitely do it again. I probably will do it again. I loved it. Even though all that bull stuff happened, I loved it, bro. I felt good being out in nature. I just felt like it's something that everybody should experience. Go out in nature, go camp alone, or go on a long hike and backpack. And I really highly, highly recommend it for people. It's something good. It was something warming, something soothing about it. And I really liked it, man. I really liked it. So, but I'm gonna be dropping the whole video of it, me out there with my camera. But that was like a GoPro, but it's different. It's the Action Pro. It was the Action Osmos Action camera, Action 4, I think, or 5, Action 5, Osmos Action 5. It was a great camera. It was waterproof. Battery life lasted good. It was good quality, good audio quality, all that. It was amazing. Also had microphones and stuff like that. So I have a gear list of everything I bought, to the pots, to the not the pots, but the things I cooked in, the things I slept in, my trekking poles, everything that I use. And all of it was very needed, much needed. So check out that. I'm gonna have the links in the description, and whatever you need, buy it up there. So support, share this video if you want. Subscribe. I'm gonna be dropping the full video. I've been working on it a little bit. I've been having all these other videos and in real life situations and stuff, but I'm putting in that work. You dig? I'm putting in that work. You dig? But that was my story. Peace.